It's loading right now.
It says we are streaming live on Facebook. We are here. It
You
says,
do see it?
yeah, it says meeting is now streaming live on Facebook.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. It hasn't yet showed up on my side. Just waiting
Okay.
for a second.
It says it's live, sister.
Okay, you can see everything? All right. Are you okay? Perfect. All right, we're live.
You are. You are
So is your
definitely.
student joining us too?
Yeah, she's probably gonna pop in. Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah,
It
she
says
took the dog for a walk.
it looks like someone named Walter joined.
Yeah, they're probably just saying hi. I mean, my student's physically here at the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Walter might be just popping on saying hi, but yeah, the student I'm talking about is physically here.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, Walter, I want to ask you, are you able to send him the link to the live video or tell him where the live video is?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I sent out to my list, so people probably are popping on to the link that you gave me. Um, did you want
Let
me
me send
to
him.
chat?
I'll put it in the chat, Walter,
Okay.
so you can come on the live on Facebook. It's in the chat.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't know this technology stuff.
And so, hi everybody. We're with Abby Gooch today, and we're going to introduce her a little bit, and she can tell us more about herself and who she is. And then we're gonna dive deeper into why we're here today, about how or where your intuition and marketing coincides, and how we can continue to feel like we're being authentic and aligned in our mission and our vision, and that is coming across with our marketing or with what we're putting out there in the world, right? So I'll go ahead and hand it over to you to introduce yourself. And you're so glowing today.
Oh, thank you. It's because my student's here and I love my work. So I think that is like the best testament for what you said, which is like authenticity,
Yeah.
right? Like being who you are, like doing your purpose. And the show on Intuitive You for Oneness Talk Radio was about that too. We really just talked about like being authentic and like being aligned to your purpose. And that's what your intuition does. And from that place, when you market from that place, it's obviously from the place of love, right? So a bit about me, like I started my company when I was 19 years old on the concept of intuition, and built a practice and a wellness center, and now an international coaching certification school on this concept. And as you know, you and I have developed this amazing friendship, and clients become your friends, and you just get to share this truly world of love. The intuitive success coaching process I created is really about breaking down the blocks that stop us from that full expression of love and joy and prosperity and harmony, because that really is our natural state, right? Like as souls, we come here as like divine, pure love, like the essence of God in us, right? So when we realize that and have the courage to express that in business, we obviously monetize it. In our relationships, we experience deeper level of love and all that good stuff. So I mean, that's just super in a nutshell. But I just love to share this work and love you and love Empire Marketing, and I just have so much fun in our collaborations and really believe in what you guys are doing too. So I'm here.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Something that's coming through for me is how this whole process, well, intuitively, what's coming through for me, because I wanted to have it be sort of open, like intuitive marketing, and then we talk like we're having a conversation or like we're having tea or coffee together. This is how I love my podcast to be too. And where what's coming through is how it's supposed to be easy.
Mm-hmm.
That just keeps coming through for me as we're talking.
Yeah.
Do you want to go a little bit more into that?
Well,
Like,
it's the natural flow, right? Like I said, like we're
mm-hmm.
born like with all these natural attributes, like our gifts, and love, joy, and harmony, and peace and prosperity is just like what is easy. It's when we get disconnected from our life force energy of love that we're like, whoa, like how do we reorient ourselves to then become aligned into the ease, into the flow? Like you think about the current of a river, right? Like it's just flowing through that river. It's not trying to flow, it just is. And so when you allow that like grace, that essence of you to come through, it is easy. And then if you have a moment of it not being, it's like, okay, well, what is the block there? And it's usually a negative belief that isn't true. And so
Mm.
what is so beautiful about intuition is it connects you with the truth of you. So if you have a negative belief, which is really a thought connected by an emotion, creates a belief. So like if somebody told you you're fat as a kid and you're like, oh my God, I feel so bad, and you believed it, it's probably not true, but your intuition is going to guide you to a deeper level of what beauty and health is, right? So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I think that sometimes we get swayed by things that really can throw us off because we're believing a lie. We're believing something that isn't even true, right? The truth is there's so many beautiful bodies and so many different ways of seeing beauty. So it's like to ever believe anything other than that you are loved and beautiful, honestly, I think is a lie because I don't think it's true.
Yeah, so or that we're supposed to overwork in order for us to be deserving of certain prices, or we don't want to raise our prices. Like within business or within marketing, I feel like a lot of things attribute to why we might be
Mm-hmm.
staying stuck or staying and doing something that's not aligned with our intuition.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing I can say about that, just in my experience and like my ethics and belief, is I believe that money is truly, when you do it from the place of service, is it's an exchange of service and love. Like your
Mm-hmm.
clients feel good about it and so do you. So whatever your prices are, as long as that feels good, I mean, you can charge a lot. You can charge really whatever you want. Hi, Blue, that feels right to you, that's congruent, right? And and then your students feel good about it too. That's how you know it's like the sweet spot, right? It's an exchange of love and service in the form of money.
That's true. Yeah, I view money like energy. It's
Mhm.
coming and going. And I know at some point, well, to go more into money related with intuition, which you have your summit coming up.
Yeah, you're on it. I'm so
It's going to be
excited. Intuitive
amazing.
income. Totally.
It's profit to income or passion.
It's
What is it?
intuition to income.
Intuition
Yeah.
income.
You can go to intuition to incomesummit.com.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, to go more into that, I heard, I forgot what book it was that I was reading about how when I pay my rent, even, or anytime I let money go out, I pay rent, I pay my phone bill, like, thank you that I have this money to release to pay this phone bill. And this phone bill allowed me to get new business. I was able to check my email on it. Just giving a lot of gratitude and thanks and reconnecting with, instead of having a negative outlook on it, or like, oh my gosh, I can't believe all my
Mhm.
money is being spent on this at the beginning of the month. Instead
Right.
of that, like shifting it into, I'm so grateful that I have the ability to release this kind of energy or this money into,
Mhm.
like, in a process. I have that process every month. I think, oh, I'm so grateful that I have a roof over my head, or I can
Mhm.
pay for this phone bill or health insurance, anywhere where my money is going. And I find that that usually brings more abundance in, because it's, we're letting it go as it comes in, we're letting it go.
Mhm.
What are some other tips that you find
Mhm.
on your income, intuition to income?
I mean, I love what you just said. And I think the other thing is like, even that is an exchange of energy. So you're
Mm-hmm.
paying your rent, that's an exchange. You're getting a beautiful home. You're paying for your car or whatever. Like you said, the internet, like, yeah, think about like how we get to talk because we have the internet. So I love that. It's really, you exemplified it, right? It's like you're so grateful for this thing that you're actually paying for. It's actually an exchange of energy through money, right? And you received it. That's the other side of it. You were open to receive it for the services you offer. And in doing so, you're giving to the world because your services are contributing to the planet,
Mm-hmm.
right? You then have it to give, and then you are releasing it because that service is actually serving you, like your internet or your house, right? Or the food
Yes.
you eat. Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's the
love
other thing.
that.
Yeah,
So,
we're doing is being grateful for like the food and like think of
mm.
everything that like was put into that, like the people that got it and gathered it, like really just being in a place of gratitude.
Oh my gosh, that's true. My daughter and I did that the other day when we were sitting eating a meal. We
Mhm.
were thinking how many things needed to happen to bring this one meal together.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this table I got from Facebook Marketplace, And the person who got this table from their mom. And their
Yeah.
mom had to buy this table, and then I got it from them, and then I had to clean it and put it together at some point. And then 3 different grocery stores that had food
Yeah.
coming there. We probably talked about it for 30 minutes of
Yeah.
everything that had to come together for us to be able to have that one meal. It's incredible.
Yeah. 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 Providing the space like of love, even like all that happens to you could actually exchange love with each other. I mean, yeah, it's supporting a greater vision, which is for you family. And yeah, it's just really beautiful.
And let's dive more into the intuitive marketing too, like with what are some of the benefits that you've been seeing with how you've been connecting with people through showing more of yourself authentically, like on your Instagram, or like these videos? You've been doing a lot more lives on your Instagram. What are some of the energy exchanges that you've been having when you've been showing up just yourself,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
people are
Yeah. I mean, I think going back to the very beginning is like, I've always really done intuitive marketing. Right? You feel where you need to be the right person at the right time. Like it really started with like live networking events in San Diego. Like I'd be like, hey, I need to go to this event. And then you meet the person there that you knew you were supposed to meet. So intuitive marketing is just like following your intuition in general for the purpose of growing your business, obviously. So now things are a lot more online. And so like for you, you'll give me an idea like, hey, do an Instagram live. I'm like, oh, that sounds fun. Okay, I'll do that because it feels right. And then as far as the interactions, it's pretty cool. Like even today at the beach, so I have a student doing a VIP week with me, and we were just down at the beach, and I was like, hey, do you mind if I do some Instagram? She's like, it's fine. So I'm going live. And at that very moment, there was another student in Oregon that was tuning in. So it's like in that moment, my intuition to do it live, which connected with another student that needed to hear it. So it kind of sets things up synchronistically when you're listening to your intuition. And when you're intending what you want, right? That's the other side of business, is it's like you have your intuition with your intention. So it's like, okay, my intention for this month is to serve, a certain amount of students, help them make a certain amount of money, whatever it is. And then, okay, intuition activate, like, and there's a process I teach to do that. But your intuition, it's like gonna tell you, okay, do this, do that, take this action. We're launching our new site, right? Like it's like you will know in the moment what to do, and it's pretty amazing. Hi, love. It's like she didn't come in. You can come say hi.
Yeah, she's welcome to come say hi.
Yeah, this is Sam.
Hey, hi. You want to introduce yourself?
Huh?
You feel free to introduce yourself too, and tell us more about what you do, if you would like to.
I don't want to intrude.
You're not intruding.
But I'm one of Abby's students. I'm doing a VIP week. I'm Samantha. I have my own intuitive marketing business that I focus on ecological solutions. So doing it
very cool.
sustainable and loving way for the people, planet, and yeah.
I think I saw your website today. You were in. It's called. You posted about it. Okay.
I posted all over social media. All advice. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it's called Aligned
Marketing.
Aligned Design Co. Okay, I did check out your website, and so from Abby's newsletter.
Yeah, love it. Thank you so much.
Of course. And who's like your ideal client? Would you say?
Ooh, someone who's passionate about their business. I love packaging design, but I also love branding and things like that. So people who want to start their dream, I love helping them align that passion and like bring it out and put it into action.
Nice.
Like she's created her company. She's in the program. She's doing it. She's like already monetizing clients. Yeah,
that's awesome. Great. Like my company is more so guiding the entrepreneur that's in the scaling phase. So if you guys are listening to this, now you have a new resource, the Aligned Design Co. If you're just starting, you need to know, where to turn, how to get everything up and rolling.
Totally.
Your logo, I saw that on there.
Love it. But yeah, I'll let you two get back to it.
Well, you're part of it,
Thank you so much.
So awesome, right? I was telling her, like, she's like, you're glowing. I'm like, yeah, because my students here, I'm in my work, I'm like loving life, man. It's so awesome. But yes, like at the right time, right? Like things just happen.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
easy, like you said.
It's easy, and I feel there is the ambition, right? We need the fire, the passion, and the ambition for what we're doing. At the same time, we have to learn to be a little less hard on ourselves, and sometimes back up a little bit, be like, am I forcing this? I'm speaking from this is me, like my personality. It's like, am I forcing this forward, or can this wait? Am I doing this with ease, or is it like I'm really trying to move forward on this? And sometimes when we really tune in, right, or maybe we're meditating or lay on the floor and we ask ourselves that question and get real with it, there may be another way that we can do that. Or we might say, well, actually, I'm going to do that on next Wednesday. I'm going to move that on my calendar. I'm going to do this. Like we have to really analyze, is this like you said, is this feeling easy, within flow? Is this at ease? And that can be with relationships too, right? With everything in our life. Within balance, of course. Like we want to make sure that we're following through, and at the same time really seeing, is this draining for us, or is this with ease? And that's what really, I think that's difficult to tap in sometimes for people, into their intuition, to be in that passion and the synchronicity like you're talking about, because that takes some space between what's actually happening, like the stimuli and the reaction, that kind of space to then decide how we want to react, or decide what feels in ease. What do you feel about that?
It's what Sam and I were talking about this morning.
Oh, really?
Like
oh my
god,
God.
alignment. It's like totally about being
Yeah.
in alignment and like being authentic. Like she was saying on Monday Masterclass Radio, it's like, it's really when you are in alignment with yourself and your values for your business. Like I talked about how I believe money is the exchange of love. Like when you're operating from that place, the right clients are going to align with you, and honestly, they'll probably pay you more. It's not so much about the money as much as the alignment, because you can attract the clients that can afford your services, but you need to be in alignment with you and why you're doing what you're doing. So for me, I only feel good about like receiving money when I know I'm serving my clients and they're letting me know that. And so it's a win-win, right? So I think as far as what you said about passion, I truly believe, Allison, if you are living your purpose, you are going to be passionate about it. I don't think you're going to have to force yourself. So if you're feeling, anybody listening, like there's something not right, or I'm forcing something, or I don't feel in alignment, okay, maybe like you said, take a deep breath, come back a little bit, connect with your heart, drop into your gut, feel your connection to your knowing, and ask, what is it that I really want to do? What do I love? Because there's a way you can monetize that. And so when you're connected with why you're here and what you love, you're going to be passionate about it. How could you not? Like, think about it, right? Like, it's the expression of you. So most likely you're doing something you probably don't want to do because you think you have to do it because you're being motivated by fear. So like we were doing the first chakra today, which is the foundation of love. If you're starting from that place, you're going to be expanded rather than contracted. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And what's another way that we can analyze or tap into, is this contraction or is this expansion?
You can feel it.
Feel it.
Either your body's feeling contracted or you're feeling expanded. You can think about saying the word yes and your body literally opens, like your shoulders go back, your heart opens. You can say no and you literally will feel like a closing down. It's so simple.
Is there a way to do that before actually deciding? You mean, is that like internal, that we can ask ourselves that question?
Yeah. So, and you'll feel it actually before you even ask the question with your words. You'll know it. Like somebody can walk into a room. You could be like, do I want to work with this person? You'll know because your body will already start to be leaning towards it. Right? Like you and I are like, oh, this feels good. Let's talk more. Right?
Yeah.
And so But conversely, it could be a different relationship. It's like, that doesn't quite feel right. And you kind of feel your body pull back.
Mm. And what if we feel like, oh, I really want to work with this person, and then all we can do is put it out there, right? And ask.
What do you mean? Like, you want to work with them, but you don't feel like you can afford it? Or why wouldn't you work with that person if you're getting a yes?
I mean, if we meet somebody that we want to support, like
Okay.
we want to coach, like we want them to be our client.
Oh, okay.
So with the intuitive marketing, I didn't even think about this till right now. I feel like it's also a dynamic that we get used to putting it out there if it's a yes or a no for them,
Okay.
and then kind of stepping back and letting go of that expectation.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
accepting if it's a yes or no for them too.
Right. Okay.
Because like you said, it has to be both.
Right. Okay. So,
Yeah.
so I want to follow up what I said. So if somebody had the thought, I can't afford it, I said that because I feel like sometimes people think that. And I also want to say that I have created from like absolutely nothing. Like, I started my company with $20 in my account. So if you ever think you can't afford it, I don't actually believe it's true. I believe the universe can support you to actually work with who you want to and do and have pretty much anything your heart desires. I truly do. I've lived it. So just let that go. If you truly want it and it's aligned, guided by love, I do believe there's a path for that. So I just wanted to kind of clear that so nobody carries that belief with them, because the sky's the limit, because you can become that energy and start to attract. So with working with a specific client, like if you're like, hey, if I'm understanding your question correctly, I want to work with that person. I want them to say yes. So everybody does have free will. So what you can do is, the truth is, you want it to be aligned, like you said, for both. So it's either that person or something better. Because what is the energy you're wanting to work with? Like my guess for you, Allison, is you love working with high-end clients who are super intuitive, who you can give great results to. Okay, well, if it's not this certain person that you're thinking about it, who else is? And that can match in an even greater way. So that's what I would suggest, letting go of maybe the who or the exact person and moving into the energetic vibration of what that would be like, and then let that come into alignment. Yeah.
I completely agree. Yes.
I mean,
yeah.
Totally.
And I feel there's a big disconnect within the intuitive marketing, especially for women, to take that leap. It feels really scary to when they feel a yes, oh my gosh, I want to support this person or coach them. And then the space between that of actually reaching out to them and telling them, hey, I love what you're doing. Oh my gosh, let's talk more. Let's see how we can collaborate. There's a big fear sometimes. Well, I've seen with clients too, that sometimes they have that fear of what if they don't feel the same as me? Or what if they're more successful than me and they don't want to talk to me, or they think XYZ, and there's this whole like spiral that sometimes people go into. And I love your feedback on realizing, letting that all of that go, and like, this is my ideal client, or this is someone I would love to support. But there's also many more people, or like one of those affirmations that I hold dear to my heart too. It's like there's people waiting for to have me support them.
Totally.
Always.
Yeah.
There's an infinite amount of prospective clients for me and for every female founder.
And male founder.
And male founder. I mean, yeah.
Who do you need to become to attract those clients? That's the better question to ask. Because who you need to become is not somebody that's attached to that. And it's like, don't take it personal. And that's easier said than done. I get it. But like, who you need to become is like not attached. Like, you're in service anyways. So you're truly there to serve those people. So if they're not feeling the alignment, okay, the next person is, or the next person after that, right? Like, that's service. That is true service, not trying to get a client. When you show up as service, you will serve the right clients you're supposed to serve, period, because you're in alignment. Again, if you want to attract maybe if you want to say, what's the word, a certain client, then just become the vibration to serve them.
Mm-hmm.
You see, and that's the internal work. Like that's what intuitive coaching is. It's like, oh, how do I become that? How do
For
I click
sure.
along to receive it? I can control that. And I do believe it does. Yeah, work the same in relationship. Sam and I were talking. Yeah, I mean, it's true.
Oh, really?
Well, we're talking about like personal relationships. I mean, it's kind of like, all
Right.
right, like, do you want this? Like, you need to become it. Like, you know?
It's so true. To
Mhm.
go on that wavelength a little bit, I remember.
I'm like, oh no, did I digress?
Yeah, no, let's digress. Let's digress a little, because that has come up with some of my clients. That I'm trying to think of the exact question. One of my clients asked me recently of, how do you get along with your parents so well? Don't you feel like you have resentment,
Hmm,
or do they have resentment towards you?
hmm,
And it was about my family or something like that. And I said, what's really interesting is when we do the internal work and we let go of some resentment that we might have, we shift the other people, feel that vibration, and they feel, maybe they don't know consciously what they're feeling,
yeah,
but they feel supported,
yeah,
accepted, loved, cherished,
yeah,
and then they can reflect that back to us.
yep, yeah,
So
100%.
we
Mm-hmm.
don't realize how much control we have over that. And similarly with our clients, we're reflecting our self-love, our personal boundaries, our self-assuredness, self-awareness, intuition, all these
Yep,
things that we're bringing to the table when we're supporting a client. We give them more space to charge more money, to level up in their business, to scale, to feel more intuitive, all of these things, that because they start reflecting our mirror back to us, and then they have their own kind of dynamic too, or their own amazingness, of course. But
mm-hmm.
as we grow, we give them the ability to have the space to grow too. We're doing them a service when we love on ourselves, or we have self-care, or we're intuitive with our marketing, we're trying to follow our synchronicity and our flow. We're not only giving ourselves that space, but then them too. And similarly, like in personal relationships, like you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, I can just comment on what you're saying from an energetic perspective, because I think that is the most powerful. That's where it starts. So,
Mm.
first of all, like, yeah, I mean, everything is energy before it becomes physical matter, anyways. And so, like, yeah, the newsletter you saw was like magic in the air. And what that was inspired by is Sam and I were just sitting in the living room, and like you could just feel the presence of love. There was no
Mm.
words. It was like magic was in the air. Like, I mean, I can see energy, and there was like sparkles of light everywhere. And you could just feel like, the angels, the guides, everything, the synchronicity of the entire universe, bringing us together. And I mean, it's the second time it happened in like the last, I don't know, 24 hours of just like, I just started crying because I feel the love, like just the true essence of the energy. And that's totally where we started our relationship on. It was totally energy, right? And then the words follow. So when you're
Mm.
working with your own energy, and honestly, you really should check out Intuitive Success Coaching, because that's what it is. It's like you become the energy first, then you attract it. But the words are going to follow the energy. Like I call it the universal language of love. It's how
Mm.
you and I connected too. And you will know when your clients are your clients, because they will feel it too. They will be like, I know I need to work with you. What do you need now? Here's my credit card number. Not even kidding. Like it's so easy, because their intuition, their energy says yes. So I think that's the biggest thing that I can share, is it really is in the energy. The words can
Mm.
then become an expression of that, but it's secondary to the energy that your intuitions are all feeling.
Mm-hmm. So where would you say to start is to ask ourselves, if we're, let's say, for example, we're thinking about, how many times should I post on Instagram, or should I go live right now, or should I text that person back if it's a
Mhm.
personal relationship? Really to imagine that first in our head, and okay, if I do that, and then kind of imagine how that's going to feel. And then if I choose to pull back a little bit, how is that going to feel?
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
kind of visualize that for ourselves.
this is going to sound funny, but I would say don't think about it, because if you're truly an intuition, you're going to feel. So you're going to move your awareness into your heart. Then you're going to drop it down into your gut, and you're going to embody the presence of love. And then you're going to know, do I want to, like, you're going to feel a full body lean in towards a yes, and then a no or not. And then maybe you start to write it and then you don't want to send it, or maybe you write it and then it's definitely send it. Or as far as your, how many things should I do on Instagram? In the moment, like as you sharing advice for somebody, you might say, hey, post 3 times a day. It feels right. For you in the moment, it might be the same. It feels right. Or you might just be sitting there. It feels right to post now. What feels right? What do you know to do in the moment? And then follow through. If you in the moment are being guided to say X amount of times, okay, well then follow through with what your guidance was, you know? Does that help?
Yeah, that helps. That's great advice. So like myself, for example, with the Empire Life podcast, when I first started it, it's been now 4 years, in 2017, and I felt guided. Well, in a way, I felt guided, and in a way, looking back on it, reflecting, I felt like that was also what I was supposed to do. When I was listening to other podcasters that I liked or they felt connected to, they did a episode a week. I felt like I needed to do an episode a week, and I dived in and I started doing that for about 2 years, and then I realized, oh my gosh, this is starting to feel really overwhelming, as I had a full roster of clients and more projects and project management and team management. I needed to take a step back. It's like, is this really what I need to be putting my energy into? How is this feeling? And then decided with my team to do once a month, and have been doing once a month for almost 2 years now. So it felt a little scary to let that go at the same time. Yeah, so that was fascinating. And then once I did, it was like, there's this big release, able to redirect my energy in other ways.
Yeah, totally. You kind of like felt me probably do this like sigh of relief too, because I could relate with you. So the intuition, the income that's coming up, I was like, my mind's like, well, you should do it in July, like it would make sense. But my gut, my intuition was like, no, like not until August. And like, good thing, because like I would not have been ready. Like I have so much going on and all the different speakers that are coming on. It's like, I have to be in the place to be able to do the interviews, all of it. So it's like, yeah, my intuition knew, like the whole dynamic of everything that's being created. Your intuition is actually looking out for your best interest. That's why it's like your inner compass. It really is the highest intelligence. Like there's like 500 million cells in your gut alone. So it's way higher than the intelligence of your mind, your like brain alone. So that's why it knows. It's picking up on information that your mind doesn't even know. It literally does not have the capacity to take in that much data or information, but your gut knows. So that's why even listening to your body is so important, because it's literally the embodiment of your intuition. Yeah.
Yes.
Good stuff, right? Like so
simple.
If you practice it, I'm telling you, like intuition is the most practical thing you can do. Like I said, I've had this company since I was 19. It's practical. It's not like airy fairy. Like, yeah, you can connect to the infinite spaces and connect to guides and angels and, spirits, ascended masters, all of it. And it's also so practical in the day-to-day life of how to make money, how to have great relationships, how to be happy, how to be fulfilled. It's like everything,
Yes, it is. I have another question for you. When you've had, maybe you've had this happen before, if you've had clients that are in, well, a lot of us especially in the US, are our brothers and sisters, or when we look around, they're in a state of frantic chaos, reacting, running from thing to thing. I mean, I know that I've been in that stage in certain points of my life. I can admit that. What would you say for that person kind of coming more into their awareness right now? Like, where can they start? Just to the first steps, to reconnecting, to asking themselves, like tapping and dropping into their heart. Listening to this, maybe like where do they even start on the road to intuitive marketing?
Yeah. So I think the first thing is like calm down, like take a breath,
Mm.
like literally physically do something to calm your body down. So whether it's like going to the park, like taking a walk, calling a friend. Sometimes like I am so sensitive. Like if I get super heightened, like as you know, like I'll have like a glass of wine in the middle of the day. Like yesterday, like she came over, it was like perfect. So it just kind of like calms down. Like I don't think you want to overuse it, but like something that can kind of just calm you a little bit. Just bring your nervous system down and relax. See that you're safe in the moment, that you have what you need, that you are loved. And so just kind of bring yourself back. You can also get the intuitive activation on lifeforceconnection.com, where I literally, like it says download now, and you just go through each of the chakras and that'll start to balance your energy system. So you can be like, okay, I am okay. Because again, when you're working at the energetic level, the physical and then the emotional is going to start to come into balance, and you'll feel balanced. As far as your first step, I mean, yeah, that could be your first step to intuitive marketing. And then once you're calm and you're in that place of love, then you're going to move into your feel good spot, right? So you're getting your intuitive yeses and you're going to move towards those. Sam and I were talking too, like the intuitive no's are like, if it's like fear or anger, that's the reaction, right? It's like, oh, so take a pause until you can move back into that loving place and then decide, okay, this feels right. I'm going to do that,
For sure.
Yeah.
One more thing before we hop off, what's coming to me intuitively to talk about today,
Yeah, totally.
especially as women, because we're both women, when we go on social media or we hear about other people, what they're doing in their business, just like I was talking about with my podcast, that I needed to let go of that pressure, that I don't need to do it once a week, that it just felt so good to do it once a month.
Yeah.
And everybody's very happy with that, and the world goes on. That was also part of letting go of judgment.
Yeah.
Like the judgment piece or the comparison. And then I think the comparison and the judgment are, I feel, somewhat tied together when we may see someone else doing with our intuitive marketing to come back to center what feels right, like you said, for me. Yet what's also somewhat of the process of letting go of some of the judgment that we see, or we may think, we don't know for sure. I've heard clients reflect this to me, or they ask me, how do you handle this when you think that someone else maybe makes more money than you, or they're at a different place than you? How do you stay motivated? And I usually tell them, looking at someone's chapter 30 when you're on chapter 5 is really unfair to yourself. And you may not also see the whole picture, like especially how they got there, what they've been through, what energy level they're at, like what they're doing, all the background things we don't see, the how they're attracting all those things. And we can be really happy for them and let go of that judgment, but realize also like where we're at in our chapter. And maybe that's the person that needs to support us on our journey. If they're on chapter 30 and we're on chapter 5, there's probably a lot that we can learn from them. But letting go of the jealousy piece or judgment, like I think that that's all part of the process of scaling or reconnecting with ourselves.
Yeah, totally. So first of all, the opposite of judgment is unconditional love. So if you actually move into that place, and I'm happy to do a process that it's actually a neurolinguistic programming process called anchoring, where you train your nervous system to basically have positive emotions that support the truth of you, which is your intuition, your intuitive connection. So if you want, I can do that for you to do an anchoring process. Would you like that?
Sure. Like in the moment, like live?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
sure.
And the other thing I just want to say is, first of all, chapter 5 and chapter 30, they're different stories.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody has a different purpose. So there really is no chapter 5 or chapter 30. They're just different books. And so like you're writing your own story, like your soul came with a specific purpose that's unique to you. Right. So For me, my purpose involves helping a lot of people. That's why I came. Somebody else's purpose may or may not be that. I don't know. But does it matter? Not really.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you move into unconditional love, you're going to stop judging yourself, stop judging the other people. And if it's something that, like Sam and I were talking about, that you want, like be happy for them, expand
Of
into that
course.
them, because you're like, cool, like I can have that too, because that's just the vibration of what I want. Right.
Yes.
So like if it's
Yes.
this growth, or like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'm thinking, you're thinking of different people maybe that you'd like to be like in business or something, like, okay, well, like you're pretty amazing, and or whoever's watching, right? Like you're pretty amazing. And if there's something they're doing that you like, we'll just model it. Just
Yeah.
like, model it.
I have an internal dialogue with myself when
Yeah.
I see that. I think, wow, that's possible for them. That's also possible for me.
Mm-hmm.
The more happy I am for them, that's the expansive side of it, that I can actually bring that into my life too.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
look at them and how amazing they're doing. I can also have amazingness too for myself. It may look different,
Mm-hmm.
and we're all unique, or it has our own unique kind of flavor.
Mm-hmm.
But that means if we're seeing it, if it's coming into our universe, I feel like that means it's possible.
Mm-hmm. Totally. And
Yeah.
again, it goes back to like, who do I need to become?
Mm.
Right? Because you can become that vibration for yourself, and you're going to create your own version of whatever it is that you're seeing that you like, that's unique and authentic to you. And it feels really good because it's you.
Yes.
Because chances are you probably wouldn't want to be in their life, or you would be. You chose your life for a reason, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Your gifts, your talents, like the market, like you do you really well. People look at
Oh.
you like, oh my God, she has, 18,000 followers on Instagram. Oh my God, I look at that, right? Like, wow, that's amazing. How
Aw.
can you do that? Like, that would be cool, you know? So, yeah. Yeah. Everybody's watching everybody. At the end of the day, though, it's you being your light,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
sharing that with the world. So, about unconditional love. So, the way this works is you basically activate each of your 5 physical senses.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing so, you kind of you train your subconscious mind to be open to receive what you want. So when you train it to be open to unconditional love and basically activate that's already in you, you can bring that energy into your business, into your personal relationships, into your health, your body, everything. And as you change the way you see yourself and others, your whole world will change. So I invite people to close your eyes if you're in a safe place to do so. And if you want to keep them open, that's fine too. Like Sam was saying, sometimes she keeps them open at work. Like she's so advanced that she's like integrating her world into the actual inner reality as her outer reality. But whatever feels good to you. And allow yourself to think of an image. If unconditional love was an image, what would it be? And just start to bring to mind that image, thinking about it, noticing if it's in color or black and white, whatever you're seeing. As you start to see this image and feel more unconditional love, go ahead and bring yourself back to the moment again. We can thank Blue the dog for that. That's so funny. So actually, for me, I jumped when that happened. So notice how sometimes like you can feel something and it can pull you out for a second, but you can actually come back. So when we start to anchor unconditional love, you're going to take that feeling into any situation that might make you feel afraid or startled, or like you said earlier, like the chaos, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to bring everybody back into thinking of that image of what unconditional love looks like. Just keep seeing that image. Taking a few deep breaths, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, just allowing that unconditional love to flow, and maybe even remembering a time that you felt unconditional love. And then if there's a sound that reminds you of unconditional love, notice what unconditional love would sound like. It's a sound. And start to bring your thumb and your index finger of your right hand together. You're just going to keep these two fingers together as you start to feel more and more unconditional love flowing through your body. And just notice where you feel the most unconditional love in your body. Does the energy start in your belly or your heart, or where do you feel it? And then start to bring a color from that area of your body all the way up through the top of your head, down through the bottom of your feet, connecting to the core of the light of the earth, and back up through the top of your head, out through the top of your head, at least 3 inches above your head, and then have it come back down, just like encapsulating you in this just bubble of light and love, unconditional love, seeing that color. And then as you do, take a deep breath in and notice if unconditional love was a smell, what would it smell like? Breathing that in and out. And then if it was a taste, what would unconditional love taste like? Allowing yourself to taste that. And then keeping your thumb and index finger together, continuing to feel that unconditional love. Maintaining that feeling of unconditional love, start to think about something that used to make you feel afraid or chaotic or you're worried about, and start to just see this unconditional love pour into that energy, allowing the fear, the chaos, and the upset to just disappear, replaced by unconditional love. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, noticing your state of equilibrium and well-being, and knowing that you truly can do anything, because as you're mastering your energy, you're mastering your life. And whenever you're ready, you can come back into the room, fully present, alive and well.
Wow, this is amazing.
Aw, girl, it's fun to connect.
When you were talking about imagining a situation and bringing the unconditional love there, I was also imagining I saw that situation and then I put all the color around it, like seeing that person or that situation and putting the color that I saw when you said it's a color, and then kind of letting it just drift off, like it's released.
Yeah. It's
You're done with it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, the vibration of color is amazing. I remember I went to this church one time and this woman shared a story about how she crossed over the other side, and she said all she saw was color and heard like music, sound. It's like, wow. So it was just more confirmation as you shift that energy to those higher vibrations of like color and sound, your body can integrate and make those changes that it needs to. So yeah, color is such a high frequency. That's why balancing even the chakras with color does.
Yeah. Beautiful. As always, Abby. It's incredible.
Funny.
I'm glad that it's going so well with your client too. I can't wait to hear more soon.
Always fun. She's special though. She's very special. So yeah, I just invite everybody to go to lifeforceconnection.com. You can download that free gift. oneheartglobal.co is the nonprofit for kids where we go and teach orphanages. And I don't know if I told you, but we just help them raise enough money that they get to keep the building in Ecuador. So we're super excited about that. Yeah.
Incredible.
Super excited. Yeah. So yeah, and the intuitivechild.co for all those kids, go check it out, to get the kiddos. We were talking about it this morning on Wellness Talk, like how Sam was such an intuitive child, and myself as well. And a lot of us, like it's feeling the intuitive child within and then supporting the children of our world to have those same resources. So
for sure. Yeah. And if you're watching this on the replay, make sure to do #replay. And while we've been doing this, we haven't been seeing comments or people hopping on and off because we're doing it through Zoom. Okay. So we'll make sure that we go back to you, and if you have any questions or any comments about this, I'm sure that there's a lot of people that have been hopping on and off, or that will see it on the replay, that you really connect with what we're talking about and seeing this benefit in your life with connecting back with your heart related with business and having heart-centered business.
Yeah.
So really. I hope that you guys join us next Monday too. We'll be back for another conversation with Abby all about intuition and marketing, as we feel that our intuition is guiding us on exactly what to talk about.
Nice. So exciting. Cool. I will see you then.
Yeah, see you soon, Abby.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Love you.